Hi guys, welcome to this new video. In this video, we are going to see about Git and GitHub and how Git and GitHub are useful for this complete software development industries. So what GitHub actually is, so this is the site of GitHub, github.com. You can just log in into GitHub with the help of your email ID, and this is how it looks. So what GitHub is actually, it is a cloud-based platform where you can actually contribute to open source software development projects. And if you are working in a team, in a startup, or even in MNCs, so GitHub and Git are extensively used. This was about GitHub. So for now you can just imagine GitHub as a cloud-based platform where you can store your source files for various projects. So you can just use GitHub alone, or you can use GitHub with the help of Git. So what Git is actually, so this is the website of Git, and it shows that Git is a free open source distributed version control system designed to handle everything from small to very large projects with speed and efficiency. So basically it's a version control system, like if multiple people are working on the same project which is hosted on GitHub, so Git is one thing which will ensure that the project is very nicely contributed. Main branch which is lying in the GitHub, which will be pointing towards your production code, is safe. So without wasting more time, we'll start with, when you open an account in GitHub, you need a repository for doing any kind of stuff on Git or GitHub. So here are few repositories that I have already in my system, but since you are new to this course, so we will be creating a new repository. So just click on this new option. So imagine this repository as a folder which will contain all the project files, including the revision history already which will contain all your project file. So let's just give a name to my repository. So I give it the name as test. So this is the name. You can give some description too, then whether you want to keep it public or private. So I keep it public. And if you have certain projects that you want to hide from the world, so you can keep it private. You can even choose to add a readme file which will be a basic, which will help us to give the basic description of the repository. And here it shows that this will set the main branch as the default branch. Change the default branch in your settings. So let's create the repository. So now you can see that the repository test Shabbir has been created. So let's start by adding some files to it. So here you can see this add file. So let's create a new file and let's name the file as test.py, and let's just write certain few lines of code. So I basically work in Python, so I will be writing some machine learning related code to my file, just basic libraries which are essential for machine learning projects. So now this file has been named as test.py. That means it's a Python file and it's in the main branch. So this branch concept also we'll see in detail in a while. So let's commit it to the main branch directly, because there is no other branch currently available for this repository. There is just a main branch, so this will get committed to the main branch directly. And here you can just give any extension description if you want to. So I don't want to give any description to, because we are just creating a file, and by default it will show that create test.py will be the description. So let's commit this file. So here you can see that this test.py has been created. Now how to work with this repository with the help of Git. So firstly you need to download Git. So here is the download option on the Git website, and since I am using a Windows machine, so this will be the one which I'll be choosing, and the download options are pretty straightforward, so I won't be showing you the download. So just click on this Windows and the download Git executable will be downloading. So once you have downloaded this Git thing, so how to check whether Git has been installed on your system or not. So let's open the command prompt. So this is the command prompt. Now let's check for Git. So just write Git version and press enter. So you can see that I have Git version 2.29.1.windows.1 on my system. So this same Git comes pre-installed for Mac, and for Linux you need to install it. Now let's start with some GitHub commands. So what we'll do is that we'll close this window, and I have created a folder, empty folder here called as Git tutorial. So we'll go in this folder and we'll open the command prompt. So the first command that I wanted to show you is about how to clone a repository which is lying on your GitHub. So for that the command is git clone, and then you need to paste a link from your repository. So here you can see the code option. So on the code option you have this HTTPS. So just copy it and paste it on your command prompt and just press enter. So it shows that it has now cloned this entire repository which was on GitHub, that was on cloud, in your local system. So here you can see that my entire repository has been cloned. And when you open this repository test Shabbir, you will find this file called as .git. So this file actually allows us to run all the git commands that we want to ensure in the process of making this repository as a production one. That was how you can clone a GitHub repository from the cloud to your local machine. What if you have a folder which has all the source code and you want to represent it as a GitHub repository? So how will you do that? So for that case, suppose I delete this file, that is git. So now you can see that there is no file called as git in this folder. So when I try to run any kind of command like git status, so it shows that git is not a part of it. So what you need to do is that you need to run a command called as git init. So it shows that now this folder which is lying in your local machine is a GitHub repository, and once you are done with your development you can push it to the cloud-based GitHub. So now if we run the same thing again, so you can see that we are able to run this git commands. So let's check out some other important commands which are very important when you are working with Git and GitHub. So firstly, we are in this Git tutorial folder. Let's check out all the folders which are there. So we have this repository that we just downloaded from the cloud platform, that is test Shabbir. So let's go into that folder, test. So now we are into this folder. So if I run some command for GitHub like git status, so it shows that it's not a repository, so we need to initiate it. So we will be doing a git init first. So now it's a git repository which is lying on my machine. Currently it doesn't show any branch to us because we deleted the init file. So let's check out for the status, git status. So it shows that we have two files lying in this repository. The one is the readme file and other is the test.py file, but they are actually untracked. So to track them, firstly we need to add them to the staging area, and for that the command is git add, and then we add the readme file firstly, and then we add the test.py file. So let's check for the status again. So now instead of getting this in red color, we are getting it in green color. That means that now these two files are in the staging area, so we can commit them. So for that we need to write git commit, and then we need to write a message along with this commit, initial version, for example. So it shows that two files are changed, 5 insertions are done. So to check for what kind of insertions were done onto this file up till now, you can check out the git log. So it shows us all the things that were done till date on this repository, and it is pointing towards the master branch. So we are here at this point. Let's try to make some changes to our test.py file and see how the things work differently once you have done some changes in your source code. So we have this folder here, we have this test.py. So I will open it with idle, and here let's delete this line and let's add another line of code. So let's save it, reopen the file, and let's check for the status. So now it shows that there is a modified file called as test.py. So if I want to check out what kind of modification has been done in this test.file, so there is a git command for that, that is called as diff. So just write git diff and the file name where you want to check it, the modification. So when you write git diff test.py, it shows that you have subtracted cbon from this source code, and one line has been added called as import pickle. So let's check for the git status again. So it is not in the staging area yet, so let's add it, git add test.py. So it has been added. Now we can commit it. So let's check the status once again. So it is modified. Let's commit the same thing, git commit /m, and let's write a message for it that pickle was added. So here you can see that we have made the following changes. So let's check for the git log. So if you want to check out for the recent logs, just write the number of logs that you want to check. For example, here I have checked only last 5 logs which have been made and committed. So here you can see that pickle was added was one commit, and the first commit that we did was the initial version. So now if you want to check what things were actually done inside this particular commit, so you can just check for this commit id. So just copy the commit id and just write git show, paste the commit id and enter. So you can see that in that particular commit which was done, which was being identified by the commit id, it shows that pickle was added in this commit id, and these were the changes made in the code. Cool, right? This is how git show works. The next thing is that let's check out for the git branch, and let's open a new branch to do our development inside that new branch, because in a real world scenario you won't be allowed to make changes in your main branch. So currently if you see that the main branch is pointing towards the master branch, which is our main branch. So if you want to make changes in any kind of source code, so it is not allowed to make changes directly in the master branch. Once you get the approval from your team lead, so you can merge both of them, but in a ideal scenario you should open a new branch. So let's open a new branch with the help of git commands. So for that we have a command called as git branch, and let's name the new branch as my name, for example. Now if you show git branch, so it shows that there are 2 branches instead of 1, that is instead of master there is one more branch called as Shabbir. So let's go into that branch. So for that the command is git checkout Shabbir. So it shows that you have switched to this branch. So if we check, now it's pointing towards this branch. If we check for git log 5 again, so here it shows that there are 2 branches, which one is Shabbir and one is the master branch, and all the commits are together. That means that both the code in both the branches are exactly the same. So let's try to make some changes in this Shabbir branch and then try to merge it with the master branch. So let's check out the branch. So it's on this branch. Now let's go and modify this test.py again. So here we have this test.py, we write something, import, and let's go to the command prompt. So let's check for the git status again. So it shows that test.py has been modified. So let's add it to the staging area, git add test.py. So it has been added. Now let's add the commit to the local branch. So git commit /m/ let's write a command test.py changed in Shabbir branch. So it shows that it has been done. So let's check for the git log again. So here you can see that now in the last 5 git log, you see that the branch which is ahead in front in this commit thing is the new branch that I have created, and more code has been modified into this branch, whereas in the master branch is lagging one branch behind. And here you can see the message also that test.py was changed in the Shabbir branch, but the code changes that were done in my branch have not been added yet to the master branch. If you want to delete certain branch, so how can be that done? So let's check that out first. Now we are on which branch? We are into this Shabbir branch. So firstly let's go to git check out main. So oops, master. So we are on to the master branch now. So now let's create one more branch out of it, git branch Shabbir 1. So we have one more branch now. So if we check, we are onto the master branch, and there are two branches branching out from the main branch. One is Shabbir and one is Shabbir 1. So I wish to delete this Shabbir 1 because suppose it might have been created like unintentionally and we want to delete it. So how to do that? So for that we have the command git branch slash delete, and then you paste the name of the branch that you want to delete. So I want to delete the Shabbir 1 branch, but for this deletion part you have to be on the master branch. So once that is done, you can delete the branch. And now if you check for the number of branches, so we have 2 branch only. So once again if you check the git log, so you can see that currently you have this head on the master branch. And if you go to git check out Shabbir and you do the same thing for git log, you can see that this branch that we have created had some more changes in it than the master branch. Now what if you want to merge both of these branch together? So how could you do that? So for that the command is pretty simple. You need to just write git merge, and then you need to write the branch from which you want to merge it. So I want to merge the master branch from this Shabbir branch. So it shows that it is already up to date because this Shabbir branch is one commit ahead than this master branch. So what we'll do is that first we'll go to the master branch, and then we'll be merging the master branch with the branch that was one branch ahead. So it shows that now we have merged the code changes that were in the test.py file from the Shabbir branch into my master branch. So let's check out for the log here now. So the log shows that now there are no changes, like the master branch and the Shabbir branch code change are totally the same. Changes to the code that we made on our system have still not been pointed towards my GitHub account, because if you see this test.py here, so it shows that there are only 4 lines of code, whereas the code that we have modified now, it has 6 lines of code. So how to merge both of them using Git? How will you upload the changes that you made inside your local system to your remote directory repository, that is test Shabbir? So how to do that? So for that, firstly let's check out the branches where we are pointing. So it's on the main branch, so just write git push from the main branch, and initially it will ask you for the user ID and password. Because I have already given the user ID and password, so it does not ask me the same, and it directly pushes the code changes in the source code from the main branch to your remote directory. So if you check the remote directory now and you click on this test.py, so you can see that the code changes are reflected here. So this was the most basic and most simple tutorial. Get started with Git and GitHub, and you get familiar with these commands around and get a whole idea about what this Git and GitHub is and how useful they are for maintaining your project's source code. So I hope that you have got everything that I have shown in this video. Feel free to ask any doubts that you have, in the comment section below. I will definitely try to reply to them. So in the next video we will be seeing some more complex commands which will be like resetting the commits, then restoring the files, then hard reset, soft reset, and we'll also see more about what this what different things we can do on this GUI interface of GitHub. Also do check out my GitHub profile and other videos that I have on my channel. Till then, see you next time.